Hey, Pistol here from You Can't Handle the Truth Sports Podcast. Fantasy review today after we had round four and a bit of a preview heading into round five on what trades you could potentially be looking at. So sort of game by game, we'll go north. Sheasel, he may well be on track to be the number one defender, so he's going to have to get into your side at some point. Charlie Comben, key back, he scored 107. He's forward in the fantasy world and could be an option to get James Jordan out of the side. McKercher, he moved to inside mid, didn't score too well to be honest, and he could be one that could make way if you find a rookie that you like to I guess go up to one of the lowered premiums in say your Bontempelli or Andy Brayshaw, which I'll talk about soon. Brisbane, Sissoko, mid-30s and injury prone. I don't think he's played a full season in years, but with the lack of forwards, he's shaping as a top six forward. He's been really good to start the year. For Port, Rosie, again, weekly captain option, and just looks really good. For Essendon, Merritt, good again, unlike the rest of his side. Um, Martin, he could be the third best defender in the comp if he gets the DPP. I think that might be round six or potentially round seven that happens. Just keep an eye out for that. Parrish, if you got him, I reckon dump him. Didn't look good. And yeah, he's not moving the ball forward. He's going sideways and just handball happy. West Coast, Duggan, three tons on the trot. So if you're looking for a bit of a point of difference there, he's seen a lot of the footy lately. Yo, another good week. So he's been a good option for us from the start. Harley Reid, his best game for the year. Probably a bit unlucky to miss out on the Rising Star nomination. I know the West Coast fans over here are up in arms about it, but I guess Darcy over there did kick 3 goals and looked pretty good as well. So his time will come. That's usually an accumulation of performances, those things anyway. So still got cash to be made, and yeah, like I said, an improved performance. So he's one you can just sit there and probably generate some cash over the next few weeks. Goulden, grab him after the bye. He's back to looking really good again. Grundy, the bye probably comes at a good time for him. He looks sore and needs to break. I reckon it's a hold for me at the moment. If you wanted to move him on, you could probably look at, say, a Marshall, who I'll talk about soon, or as potentially Zeri, but I reckon Marshall might be the option. Adams, wait and see. It was his first game back, and it was sub affected. So we'll see how he performs when he gets full game time. Roberts, he's going to get DPP to defender status shortly. Like I said, it could be week 6 or 7. No, not. It might be pushed back a week. Still a nice break even of 34, but like I said with McKercher, I wouldn't be against trading him out early if it enabled you to jump onto a discounted premium like your Bontempellis or your Brayshaws. Speaking of Brayshaw, I suppose before I move on to Freo, that last one is James Jordan for the Swans there. He has to go. He's made 112k, but his time's up. And to be honest, he probably might be in trouble of keeping his spot in the actual Swan side. Freo, Brayshaw, big 140. He's right for the picking now. He's never going to get tagged with Sarong on the side. Definite upgrade target. Sharp, it's probably too late to jump on him now, but he was the highest price mover last week with his 106. He's been really good. So hold on to him. Clark, 4 straight 90s in the back line there. Nice little selection for those that did pick him up at the start of the year. Keep on to him. Darcy, bit of a query on whether he plays or not. He's going to be on limited minutes if he does, I reckon. How that affects Jackson, not sure, but he's got the potential to be top 6 forward, Jackson, that is, even if Darcy's back. And I guess if Darcy's back, that forces one of the tools from Freo out, which probably be Taberner at this stage, which, again, all three of those, Taberner, Miss, and Tracy, aren't fantasy relevant anyway, so doesn't really matter. Sarong, the 82 he got on the weekend now means you can't pick him. Too high of a break even. You're going to have to wait until that falls off the radar. That's going to be the story of his life now for the rest of the year. He's going to cop the tag, and fair enough too. He's pretty damaging with the ball. For the Dogs, Libber had a massive 132, 19 clearances, but he's just not a great fantasy option. He's too hit and miss. I think he had like a 70 and 80 and then went 130, so there's too much of a low and a high there. The Bont, he's now bottom out, a bit like Brayshaw. So you're pretty much picking out of Bont and Eddie Bray for your midfield upgrade target. If you're looking for one, I'd be leaning Bont, but I think you'd be happy either way, whichever way you went. Gallagher, the rookie, good again, had another 53k price rise. For the Suns, Flanders, he moved to half back and looked good. I reckon that's a good move. He's going to get a lot of the footy down there. What it does do, if anyone's got Powell, if you have, it's going to hurt with Flanders going back. So yeah, Powell's just not going to see a lot of the footy now that Flanders getting the ball in hand. Took, with Flanders going out of the middle, you probably would have liked to have seen an increase in CBAs, but it went the other way, and he decreased, and Will Graham got the CBAs instead, the rookie. So a bit of a watch on that. I don't think Toot scored too well, so he's one you'll have to wait for his form to come back up. And the one that everyone's going to be looking to get in this week is Closey from the Suns. You need to get him in, whether it's for that Howes or Massimo. Got 100, and yeah, he looked really good. For the Saints, as I mentioned with Marshall, he's now bottomed out. If you want to jump off Grundy, then Marshall's your man. Sinclair, again, bottomed out, low ownership, definite upgrade target. Scoring between him and Wanganeen don't seem to have affected each other. They both got big hundreds on the weekend, and yeah, so either one of those will be fine. For Richmond, the only one I'm looking at here is Baker. He's back this week. Didn't play on the weekend due to suspension. He's going to be a top 6 forward. He's got DPP with defender status already. And yeah, he's one you can throw in. If you wanted to go up from a Jordan to someone, you could go Jordan to Baker, no problem. For the Pies, Dacos, still a target post-buy, high break-even. You could probably wait a little even. The break-even's 130 or something. They're starting to tag him, so we'll see how that plays out. Me personally, I think I'd be tagging to go before Dacos. For the Hawks, Amon, he could get DPP to defender status, and if that happens, then he becomes an option. His role on the weekend was really good. They love the ball in his hand. He's pretty damaging. Sicily, getting real cheap now. Average last 3 of 90. I think his average on year is 75. The time to jump on is now. So yeah, he's an upgrade target. And Massimo, time to move on. He was not great in the first, probably 1.5 quarters. I think he was less than 10 at quarter time or something like that. And his break-even's approaching his average, so time to move him on. So yeah, I guess this week is start of the upgrades. If you've got some cash, you could potentially do a double upgrade, but the ideal trade this week would be like a Howes to Closey and then get your Jordan to Flanders, something along those lines. So you're going from a rookie from previous rookie to another rookie, and then a mid-price up to your premium. You could potentially go a double downgrade this week. It's best 18, so you could potentially go something like a Closey and his teammate Will Graham from the Suns. And take out, say, your Massimo and Howes, bank that cash, and then throw it in next week, and you could be upgrading, say, your McKercher and your Roberts, up to your Andy Brayshaws and your Bontempellis and that sort of thing. Um, that's pretty much it for me. I'm leaning towards the ideal trade this week. I've already got Flanders, so I'll be looking at doing something a little bit funky with Jordan to someone, try and get him into the midfield somehow via the DPP, and maybe look at getting a Brayshaw or a Bontempelli in. Uh, if you've got any questions or comments on the video, you can hit us up in the comments, or I'm on Twitter as the Pistol17, or my colleague in the other half of this You Can't Handle the Truth podcast in Rubbish. His handle is RubbishYCH. And of course, we'll have a podcast this week sometime. Still to work out the date, but we'll post that on the YouTube channel. Until next time, cheers, guys.